block, make them chop. Pull up to the block and you can shop. Better watch out, cause the cops hot. We shoot a shot if we see the eye. You can't ball if you ain't got no hustle. I keep my grind on, fuck the struggle.
What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. All right, check it out, guys. UFC 249. Dana White did it, guys. He pulled it off, and I was just clutching until the whole time. I just wanted to feedback. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure that this event took place, and y'all know what? It took place, and it was fire. So I don't know about a lot of you guys, but I'm an MMA fan as well. You know, we all love boxing here. I think a lot of us are boxing fans first, but I love MMA, and that card last night, guys, I'm telling you now, that shit was fire, especially the fact that we haven't had anything in so long. Man, if y'all didn't see it, y'all don't know what y'all missing. I'm telling you, it was great. Willie Williams in the building. What's up with you, Willie Williams? Black and Brown boxing in here. My man, Black and Brown, what's good? Sporadic Flowers, what's good with you? Appreciate you coming through. Black and Brown says, Willie, John Cable up in here. What's up, John Cable? South Croy in the building. He said, when are we going to get some events? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like I said, I'm thinking still late fall, mid to late fall, or early next year. And coincidentally, South Croy, Tank Davis was doing an interview, and he was talking about he'll be back in the ring in the fall. So, and he sounded as if he was pretty sure of that, but we don't know, bro. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll just have to see with that, man. So anyway, man, this card was fire, guys. Like, I've been so, I know a lot of you guys too been waiting to see some action, some live sports. Everything's shut down. Everything's been shut down. So if you had the opportunity to watch this card and support the UFC, hopefully you guys did. But it didn't disappoint, guys. It didn't disappoint. Like, we didn't get all knockouts, but even the fights that were, went down to decision, they still were live fights. Okay, so like this fight kicked off the card. It was this was on the preliminary card, but it was one of the first fights. It was Ryan Spann versus Sam Alvey. And I'm telling you, when this fight came on, I was sitting there watching this fight, and probably about 30 minutes into the fight, bro, I said 30 minutes, like 30 seconds, into the fight. I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that there was no crowd. I was just into the fight. And it only took like 30 seconds. You know, yeah, that main event was fire, Willie. That main event was fire. John Cable said Ferguson got beat up. Yeah, man, we're going to talk about that. Boy, upset too. Because a lot of people thought Ferguson was going to win. I personally thought Ferguson was going to win. Ferguson is an okay fighter. He needs to improve. He can't just let himself get beat up like that. Yeah, that's true. But Ferguson's older too, man. So his days are numbered. They really are. I mean, like, you know, he's still a beast, though. He has excellent cardio. So I'm not saying it's over for him, but his days are numbered. So, but that first fight, guys, back to this fight, Ryan Spann and Sam Alvey, they came out, like Ryan Spann came out with some quick strikes. He came out, boom, boom, throwing some strikes. And he dropped Alvey. And Alvey got up, and Spann pressed him against the gate. He had the action going from the first round. And then Sam Alvey got himself, back together, and he started to make a fight of it. And then in the third round of that fight, this was the very first fight too, guys. In the third round of that fight, Sam Alvey came on, rocked Spann. He rocked Spann. I mean, looked like he had him hurt. And the fight picked up, like the first fight. That fight picked up, and they went out slugging it at the end of that round, and boom. Great fight. I don't mind the decision. The judges gave the decision to Ryan Spann. It was a split decision. And coincidentally, all the judges actually had the same scores, 29-28, but one judge had it for Alvey, whereas the other two judges had it for Spann, and that's just how close that fight was. Like I said, Ryan Spann came out. He came out faster, and he came out letting his hands go, and he landed. And he was landing better. But at the end of that, in the third round of that fight, Sam made a real fight of it, bro. And he almost, and as a matter of fact, it was also a point in that fight where he almost sent the guillotine choking on Ryan Spann. He almost had him out of there. See, that's the thing with UFC. You can be getting your ass beat in a fight, but you can submit someone and get him out of there. And Sam Alvey almost had Ryan Spann out of there in a guillotine choke, but Spann was able to get out of it and continue the ass whooping. So that first fight, set the tone for the night. And this was just the preliminary fight, but that first fight set the tone for the night of fights. Okay, y'all talk about Ferguson and Justice. Yeah, see, guys. So y'all can go ahead and keep chatting it up about that. I'm just excited. I'm a UFC fan altogether, so I'm talking about a few fights that really interested me. And this first fight with Alvey and Spann, bro, like I said, it set the tone for the night. And like I said, guys, if you guys watch the whole card, because I watched the whole card, the prelims from beginning to end, the whole goddamn thing, because we haven't had anything. Ralph Unreal in the building, he says, UFC is boring. Wow, Ralph. You must not have watched that card last night. That was a great card last night, Ralph. Toby Bartlett in the building. Toby says, what up, D-Jeff in the chat? Wash hands, social distance, elbow cough, elbow cough, elbow cough. Yeah. Stop quiet, then Ferguson has from left and tank. Yeah. I'm gonna get to it. Timmy Nealon in the building. Salute to you, fam. So yeah, guys. All right. So I know y'all just excited to get to the Ferguson Gaethje part of this discussion. Pull check count in the building. What's up with your pull check? All right, everybody. So like I said, Ryan Spann, Sam Alvey started the night off. Great fight. It went down to a split decision. So, like I said, guys, I have no complaint. But, okay, moving on, though, another interesting fight. I'm going to cover, the interesting fights, not all of the fights. A fight that I'm not going to cover is Bryce Mitchell. He defeated Charles Rosa by unanimous decision. Was also a great fight, guys. It was a good fight. Bryce Mitchell just pretty much dominated that fight, though. It's not really a big name that people outside the UFC may not know. Vincent Luke beat Nico Price. He knocked him out. Which for fans that's not UFC, that was actually a good fight to watch. If you're not a huge UFC fan and you like the striking, the Vincent Price fight, because that's what guys want to see, right? They want to see the stand up, the punches, and those guys stood in the middle and they were letting them go with each other. You know what I mean? Luke dropped Price twice in that fight. And I think, that fight was really close, guys. I don't think that I have a photo because it wasn't a huge fight. I decided not to speak on that fight too much, but I'm just excited about all of these fights. But just to let y'all know a little bit about that Vincent Luke and Nico Price fight, those guys was trading in the middle, and it was a really good fight. They were both catching each other well, but Luke dropped Price. He dropped Price twice. He dropped him once early in the fight, and then less than 2 minutes, like I think it was the third round, he dropped him again. So that's how he ended up, he put him away. But it wasn't from a punch. He dropped him, and then, he mounted him. He got on top of him, and he dropped the elbow, and he cut him. And so they stopped it to the cut. But it was a great fight. All right, but again, that's not one of the fights that's on my radar. So moving on, to the fights that I really wanted to talk about. Jeremy Stephens, I did want to talk about this fight. So for any of you guys that know a little bit about UFC or whatever, this Jeremy Stephens fight was one that was pretty interesting. It was a fight that had suspense in it. So, a lot of people, it was a fight that Jeremy Stephens needed to win, which he didn't, because Calvin Kattar KO'd him in the second round. But the fight started off well, but it just appeared that I think Stephens is, like I said, some of these guys, they're just coming up on the end. They're just coming up on the end. I expected Calvin Kattar to win that fight. But, I expected Jeremy Stephens to probably give a little more. Stephens got off to a fast start, though. And that's why when I was watching the fight, I was like, okay, that's the Jeremy Stephens I know. He got off with a fast start. He was stalking Calvin Kattar. He was picking, he was getting the inside, outside leg kicks on him. He was attacking the body, the head. He was doing pretty well. But Kattar had good wind, and he started smashing Jeremy Stephens' legs. Well, Jeremy Stephens' legs ain't hold up like Kattar's legs did. And then when they started to trade punches, Calvin Kattar dipped down. He came up and boom, caught Jeremy Stephens with the elbow. Man, he hit Jeremy Stephens with that elbow. Boom, Jeremy Stephens went down like a ton of bricks. That's what changed the fight right there. Calvin Kattar caught Stephens with that elbow, changed the whole complexion of the fight. Calvin Kattar ended up knocking Jeremy Stephens out second round. Fire, bro. That's why I can't say, who was that? Ralph Unreal said UFC is born. Ralph, did you see that card last night? That shit was fire. That elbow straight stunned the hell out of Jeremy Stephens. Let me see who we got. LeBron in the building. Happy Mother's Day. That's right. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We all appreciate you. Of course, the Dana White said in the blueprint for taking COVID. Yup. He's going to help us get boxing back. Lydia Jones in the building. What's good with you, Lydia? Let me see what y'all talking about before I continue. Trying to keep up with you guys. Scott Brown up in here. Hardy is still a hype job. He lost the first round, in my opinion, and could not get. Look, actually, Scott Brown, that's what I was going to talk about next. So I'm glad you brought that up because that is on the cards. I was going to talk about the Greg Hardy fight. Kevin in the building. Salute to you, Kevin. Appreciate you. Brown Gone One. What's up with your fam? Iron Cone in the building. What's good, Iron Cone Soccer Training Club? What's up, Soccer Training Club? Make sure I didn't forget anybody. My man Ron in the building. All right. Toby Barlett, Radic Flowers, Lydia Dawns. Everybody shouting out, everybody. Boom. Okay, Toby Barlett. Yes, sir. It was, bro. It was. That Stevens fight was lit until Kattar caught him with that damn elbow. That changed the whole fight. It was a good fight up until that elbow, Toby. No doubt. Was good, Lydia. So Scott Brown just brought up actually the next fight that I was getting ready to talk about, guys. And that's the ex-football player, Greg Hardy. So if y'all don't know about Greg Hardy used to be a football player. He switched over to mixed martial arts. And we're actually watching Greg climb the ranks here because he came out, raw power, just like any other athlete, not really understanding how to defend himself well against takedowns, which he still has so much of an issue concerning defending, takedowns. He's not a wrestler; he was a football player, but he of course he's an athlete, so he's learning these techniques and such. You know what I mean? But one thing about Greg Hardy is he's tough. Right? Because he comes from that, he has that football background. So he's tough and he can endure pain. I mean, football players are used to that. But he is training and he's getting a little better. So let me find that comment, Scott Brown. I know. Yeah, Kattar does. Scott Brown said Kattar has some of the best boxers in the UFC. Yeah, he's top level, bro. He's top notch, and he is top notch, bro. I like Kattar. And again, I didn't expect Alvey to win. But anyway, I can't find that comment. Willie Williams, happy Mother's Day to the ladies. Happy Mother's Day. Appreciate you, Willie Williams, with the $2.99 super chat. Appreciate that, fam. I didn't find it. But, guys, okay, so let me talk about this Greg Hardy fight because being that he was an ex-football player is why he wasn't the greatest fighter on the card, you know what I mean? But Greg Hardy has a name because he comes from the NFL. And it's always good or interesting to talk about transitions, guys that transition from another sport or another discipline and to mark their success. Right now, with this win, and Greg Hardy, he did win, his record goes to 6-2. Now, guys, De Castro, the guy he fought, Jorgen De Castro was undefeated when he jumped in there with Greg Hardy. Okay, so but De Castro came in there slinging bombs, bro. Like he came in there swinging for the fences. You could tell every punch that he threw, he was trying to take Greg Hardy's head off. And he hit Greg Hardy a couple times. You know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, guys, it wasn't too long into the fight, maybe like 24, 30. He hit Greg Hardy with a good shot. Wow. Got Greg Hardy's attention. But then, Greg Hardy did what he does. He likes to throw a lot of punches, and he opened up at the end of each round. It seemed like Greg Hardy perfectly timed when he needed to open up with his hand attacks at the end of each round. And this is the way that he was able to take that fight. You know what I mean? This guy that he was fighting also, Jorgen De Castro, like I said, he was trying to take Hardy's head off. He never really, he can wrestle. He has grappling skills, but he never really tried to utilize that against Greg Hardy. He was chopping him with some good leg kicks, and you could tell that Greg Hardy's leg, you could see that he had like bruising going on because the catcher was chopping at those legs. But Greg Hardy stayed too busy, man, and he kept, just the leg kicks alone wasn't going to be enough to keep Greg Hardy off of him, and he eventually beat him down to, got the unanimous decision. K Powell in the building, my setup in the building. What's good with you, K Powell? Scott Brown says Hardy loses to a guy with a grappler with the chin or counterpunch with a decent reach. A grappler, I would agree. A grappler with a chin, yeah. Or a good wrestler with a chin, yeah. But Hardy and his camp now, Scott, are working fiercely on ground control and takedown defense. Guys with just a simple counter punch, I'm not too sure because if you watch Hardy fight, it's like a live UFC. He has this good instinct for the stand-up, for throwing those hands. And sometimes, guys have an instinct for that. And I think Greg Hardy falls under that because they're working with him on the hands. But they're working with him fiercely on takedown defense and ground control. And when he gets some of that under the wraps, he may be pretty good, bro. He may be pretty good. I'm going to tell you that. South Korea said Hardy has good pedigree. Yeah. That's what I'm saying right there. Yeah. I'm not saying he's the best either, but yeah, he does have some good signs. And we got to remember, he's come from football, so it's not going to all happen overnight. Soccer training club, don't hit your kids. Damn right. I love that soccer training club. I love that we had a live and we talked about that, not hitting your kids, and that hit home and stuck with soccer training club. But appreciate that soccer training club with the super chat. Appreciate you, Willie Williams, soccer training club. That's right. Don't hit your kids. Uncle Burn Apostrophe in the building. Really good event. Agree, vividly different. Minus a crowd. Oh yeah, man. Gaethje whooped Ferguson, but that side was one of the tough motherfuckers. Yup. He is. That son of a bitch, he's one of the toughest motherfuckers, in my opinion. He is. He looked like he wanted the ref to jump in at the end, but he wouldn't go down, bro. That shows you Tony Ferguson's heart. But yeah, he got his ass whooped for sure. That's for sure. But back to the Greg Hardy thing. I think that Greg Hardy, let's give him time, because I like the progression that I've seen in Greg Hardy. And, just like South Korea said, I'm not saying he's the best, but he does have pedigree. He has heart, and it shows like he's progressing. He's learning. And, guys, he's coming from football, so I think he's doing just fine. Let's see him in his next few fights. I do agree, too, though, Scott Brown, that when it comes to a grappler or a master wrestler, he will have a problem. He will definitely have a problem. And that's why they're working with him right now so intensely on his takedown defense. So, all right, guys, let me make sure I ain't too far behind in the chat. Lydia Dawn's Sporadic Flowers said, this is not wrestling. Why are you trying to compare boxing and wrestling? No. Sporadic Flowers. Greco-Roman wrestling or collegiate wrestling, these guys transfer over to the discipline of mixed martial arts, and they compete in the UFC, wrestlers, and they do extremely well. So when you have guys that's very effective strikers, such as Greg Hardy, a stylistic matchup in the UFC is for a guy like that to go against a good wrestler or a grappler. So that's why I was saying wrestlers, because you have plenty of wrestlers in the UFC. They're mixed martial artists, but their main background is wrestling, and they do really well. One of the GOATs of the UFC was a master wrestler, Randy Couture, the Natural. And this is he's one of the greatest of the UFC, and he was a master wrestler. So that's why I put that in there, Sporadic Flowers. Gun Rights, what's up with you, fam?
What's up, gang?
Same old dog. Just talking this UFC card, bro. I had a good time last night.
Yeah, I watched it. And shit, it was a good little matchup. I'm proud of Dana White, man. He finally
Yo, he
got
did
him.
it. He
Finally
did it.
got him a match going. So, but yeah, man, I was looking at the I'll be checking up on my sports betting and shit and seeing because usually they had a if they got the matches and shit scheduled, that's high probability that they had a match still going on with the pandemic going on and everything. So I seen that they got damn near every sport but boxing, bro. But boxing, like that scheduled for something. Like I looked on my William Hill and I seen that the NFL had the opening line for the first week and throughout the month of September. I ain't never seen them do that. Like have it all scheduled out throughout the
I think
throughout the month of September. But what you say?
I think they doing stuff like that trying to keep the fans interested.
Yeah. Just the fact though that they allowing for you to put in some bets, bro. I'm happy about that. But I was mad that I couldn't find no fucking category for boxing. They had fucking Chinese tour, darts. They got all that shit scheduled on there, but fucking boxing. And I'm trying to put, I got a good little eight teamer in for that first week of NFL, but I need 2 good boxing matches to put in so I can make a full 10 parlay. But I couldn't find no boxing, bro. I was fucking hot. I was like, what the fuck? Ain't no scheduling. UFC got all that shit scheduled up until like June, early July. I'm seeing fights.
He's pushing hard, bro. He's pushing hard. He never did stop pushing. Scott Brown said Curtis Blades would wreck Hardy I think that would be a good fight right now, Curtis Blades and Hardy, because they're both still a little green. But Curtis Blades does have a better ground experience, and his ground game exists where Hardy's doesn't. So that would be a really good fight, Scott Brown. I want to move on to the next one, though. The next match that I want to talk about, I'm getting ready to go do next week. All right, so I'm just fucking finishing up my food, though. So, yeah, I wanted to get Greg Hardy out because, of course, he's ex-football player. We talked about Kattar and Stevens. Kattar bashed Stevens up, bro. That was a pretty good fight. But the next fight is, listen, I want to say this, too, because somebody gave me a little heat about it. Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz. Listen, I called the dude Cujo for a reason. If all y'all don't remember, I'm pretty sure everybody, at least from the age of 30 or older, remembers the movie Cujo with the fucking Saint Bernard. Y'all remember that, right? That's why I call Henry Cejudo that. That's why I call him that. Hold on one second, guys. Hello? Huh? Hey, man. No, but I'm getting ready to come on. I was on the live. I didn't get it. All right. So the movie Cujo. You remember the movie Cujo, don't you? Right?
Yeah, nigga, that's the old school Stephen King shit. You feel me? That's the Stephen King joint, man. That's one of his classics right there.
That's what I call that little motherfucker, because he mean, bro. I call him Cujo. His name, like, you know what I'm saying, got the letters in it, so I be calling him Cujo. And like when me and my partners talk about UFC and stuff, and so I was sleepy as hell last night, but somebody gave me flat. My man G Boogie, he said, D, you be killing me, Cujo with the Cujo. You know what I mean? Okay, Henry Cejudo. If y'all hear me call him Cujo, it's because of that, dog. But that's a mean little bitch, and I knew he was going to win that fight, bro. I knew he was going to win that fight. So, and by the way, that's the fight I'm going to talk about.
Is that the dude who said he would fight Terrence Crawford? Is that the same dude?
No, that was who
was that?
That was I'm talking about fighting Canelo and Crawford. No guys.
I thought it was this dude right here, Kudo. I thought it was him who said that he will fight Crawford.
I think a lot of those guys will fight them in the octagon, but if they get up in the boxing ring, they get a mad split. I'll tell you that right now. But so my man Cujo, Dominic Cruz, I think that this was the early stoppage, guys. I think it was a little bit of a premature stoppage, and this is why I say that. And the ref and Cujo, Henry Cejudo, both were aware of the clock. There were literally seconds to tick away. And when Henry Cejudo dropped Dominic Cruz, he pounced on him. He went on there. He started landing shots to the side of his face. But Dominic Cruz was pivoting to the left. Like he was kind of rolling some of those shots and pivoting to the left. And it appeared to me that he was just trying to stall for those last few seconds on the clock. You know what I mean? He was trying to stall for those last few seconds. But, man, I don't even know exactly what the count was. But it had to be like maybe 4 or 5 seconds before the goddamn bell ticked. And the ref called the fight. And I was like, wow. And you know that Dominic Cruz, in my opinion, was trying to do that because he immediately got up, bro. Like he wasn't wobbled or fucked up, but he immediately he was looking at the ref, was like, really, bro? You stopped the fight, really? You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of tough, bro. It was tough, but with all that being said, I'm not gonna say that Cujo didn't deserve that because it could have been stopped. This is the thing about the UFC. They don't take a lot of chances like boxing. They stopped the goddamn fight. So I'm not bitching at the stop. I just think that it was a little premature, but I respect the stop. And Cejudo deserves the fight because he rocked him. He rocked him really good, and he pounced on him. And say, had it been like 15, 20 more seconds, I think it would have been stopped anyway. So you really can't complain about the fight. I'm just saying with the minute amount of time left, he could have let that bell run and go on to the second round. And Dominic Cruz still had plenty to give. So, but Henry Cujo won the fight in impressive fashion. He did it in the second round. But guys, he dropped a fucking bombshell. He retires. He wins the fight and he fucking retires right after he won the fight.
And they're probably like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen with this pandemic shit. So I don't know. I think he still will come back. I think he's gonna come back. I think he's gonna come back, bro. I just think that right now, you know, with everything going on, they don't see no real big matches, especially you know, what Khabib out and everything. But like I said, we finally got the matches, so that's a good sign and a good direction. We just got to see how it's gonna pan out on the whole playing field, because you got to remember, like some boxers maybe not willing to fight. You feel what I'm saying? Some might willing to without the fans. We done already heard multiple boxers say that they ain't willing to fight without the fans unless the gate is there, or they ain't willing to fight without the fans. Period. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
real quick, all right. Timmy Nealon, 1999, 19 pounds, 99. What is it? Really? I don't know. But anyway, Timmy Nealon, my brother said, my guy D Jeff, salute. Appreciate you, Timmy. Whole Speak Your Mind Sports Talk family. Appreciate you and that donation, my man. Yeah, I agree with you, dog. I agree with you.
I was about to that's shit. I'm trying to get my super chats on this motherfucker, man. As soon as we get this boxing back, so I can start throwing some bets down, man. So I can start contributing back to the channel, you know. I told you we're gonna do something.
Come up here and kick it with me, bro. And I don't think, I appreciate Timmy Nealon, Willie Williams, talking Cannon Club, everyone.
Yeah, I told you I'm gonna start doing something to bring back to the channel. You feel what I'm saying?
It's not always about the dollars, like. Bro,
it's not. But to get the movement to where we trying to get it to, it might take a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you that what I'm gonna do with you is try to put something back into the channel for the fans.
I got you, dog. We're gonna set this motherfucker off. No doubt. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, bro. Like when you come up here and get this smoke and all of that, and get everybody in the chat excited, bro, that helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I said I'm gonna start getting some picks from everybody, and I'm gonna start putting some money behind it and putting it back into the channel. I just feel like that'll be a good little contest winner for the end of the week to see how people knowledge is. I know that the league going on your little prediction league shit, but I want to be able to give something back for a motherfucker who can really, give us a good little card. You feel me, on multiple fights. So, that's a little something that I throw in. You feel what I'm saying? I already be putting in enough money to be betting for myself. I might as well put some in to put it back to the fans and shit. People in the chat. We gonna have me and D gonna put something together nice for y'all as soon as this shit get back to normal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are. So Henry Cejudo retires, and he was saying this too, guys. He was saying a lot of it has to do with at the collegiate level, he was on top. You know what I mean? He was the winner, he was the champion, and all of that. Then he went to the Olympics. He was on top. He was the champion and all of that. Before he came to the UFC and fought in the league he was in before, he was on top. And he said now in the UFC, he's a two division champion. He's on top, and he doesn't want to go out and push the pencil and, go out on the bottom. He wants to go out on top. He says he's been on top his whole career. He said he should just vacate the belt and give those other guys a chance that's hungry to get the belt and pursue his other desires, because he said he has other desires. So I don't think it really has to do with COVID or money. I think he really just wants to retire. Now, he did say this, though. He said that, the smaller guys don't really get the attention and don't get paid. And he was like, at the end of the day, money talks. So he did leave that avenue open. Like, if Dana White can offer enough money, he was like, Dana knows the number. And I don't think he was talking about his phone number. I think he was talking about the number of what it would take to make him stay. So at the end of the day, it would come down to money. But as of now, he's retired. And I can't really blame him because he went out in impressive fashion. My brother, YC Rahman in the building. What's good with you, YC? Sporadic Flower says, I am in America. I ain't giving people $20. Well, I give away that all the time. Sporadic Flowers, and I'm in America too. Sometimes I'm out on the street and the guys out there or the ladies out there begging, I might have $10, $11 in my pocket, and I'll give them 8 of it. No lie. You gotta give to receive, Sporadic Flowers, and give with an open heart. Just give just to give. That's what it's all about, man. If you are fortunate enough to be able to give, then you should give to someone. Really. Nothing wrong with giving. Nothing at all. If more people did it, we wouldn't have as many problems as we do. That's a fact. So, all right, guys. So, moving on to the next fight. Yes. Henry Cejudo has retired. He won in impressive fashion over Dominic Cruz. He stops him in the second round, and then he retires as a two-weight champion. He retires. So what a shocker. What a shocker. But so before we get to the main card, which I know you guys are itching to talk about, y'all already talking about it already anyway. My man Gun Rights Mafia with the super chat. Appreciate you, Gun Rights Mafia. Gun Rights slid off right quick, quietly, so he can come drop the super chat. That's what's up, Gun Rights. I appreciate that, fam. Doesn't he have a loss against Joseph Benavidez? Who y'all talking about? Y'all talking boxing out there? YC. Smash that like button to support the channel for free. Thank you. There you go, Toby. Just use your digits. Press that like. You can even use this one, the middle finger. Good one, Toby. I like that. 1-2 Kid in the building. What's good, 1-2 Kid? Appreciate you coming through, fam. Drop that link in the chat just in case you want to join me up here. So, yeah. So, the next fight, guys, that I wanted to talk about before we get to that main card, which to me was a huge fight. My. Francis Ngannou. Now listen, Rosenstruck is not. Let me tell you guys something. Rosenstruck was not some walk in the park, bro. Chazino Rosenstruck was damaging cats out there. This was a big dude that was also damaging cats. He was no sucker. But Ngannou, he ate a shot. He ate a clear shot from Rosenstruck. He kept swinging, bro. I mean, Rosenstruck hit him like toward the right behind the ear, and he hit him pretty good. And Ngannou just kept swinging. It didn't take long, this fight. And once he clipped Rosenstruck with the first punch, it was a wrap. Rosenstruck just kind of lost consciousness and went down. And then Ngannou was coming forward, and Rosenstruck went down into the fence, and Ngannou came and caught him again with a left hook. Pow! Clean left hook while he was down, bent on the fence. The ref was already on the way over there before Ngannou caught him with that second hook, and then he caught him with another one over top of the head. And that's where you see the ref right there. That's where he was grabbing him when he just caught him with that last one over top of the head. And Rosenstruck was just sitting there out like a baby. It was crazy. 1-2 kid in the building. What's up with you, fam?
Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, it was a decent card last night. I hope everything's going good for everybody in the chat. Hope you're doing all right, D. Gun rights, I can't really see up here, so I don't know if he's still here.
No,
but
it's just me. Yeah.
Right,
I was just putting it up. The fights I was talking about, Francis and Ngannou. But no, it's just me and you. Gun rights dipped off for a second. Did you watch the card?
Yeah, you damn right. I dozed off a little bit though, because I was up for like 3 days, or I only had like 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Oh yeah, bro, I was tired as fuck. When I did the update video on the last 3 fights. Actually, I was going to do just the update video on the last 3 fights, but I said fuck that. I'm gonna just go live for the.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hell of a card too. It was good, man. Even without the audience, I thought it was great, and it was pretty cool. Like I think it was Cowboy Cerrone. You could tell when he got poked in the eye, man. It wasn't like the crowd was there. He was like, you got me in the eye. I was like,
I meant to talk about that one because I have that on the card too. Anthony Pettis and Cowboy Cerrone. I'm gonna talk about that before I talk about JC Ferguson. But go ahead, I want to. What's up?
It was a really good card, man. I had fun watching it. I enjoyed it.
Oh man, I love it. My man, Unrivaled in the building. Mark, what's good with you, fam?
What's on, Mark?
How's it going?
And happy Mother's Day too to everybody out there too.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. My wife said thank you.
You're welcome.
So did you watch the card last night, Mark?
Yeah, of course I did. Of course.
What you think, man?
What else am I gonna watch?
What was your favorite fight on that card, Mark?
My favorite?
Yeah, what was the fight you like best on that card?
I enjoyed the Cowboy Pettis fight.
That was a good fight, bro. I'm getting ready to talk about that next too. Right now, we're talking about Ngannou, Rosenstruck.
I couldn't enjoy Rosenstruck and Ngannou. I couldn't enjoy it. He landed one punch in the entire fight, and it was over.
Just demolished it, right? That's why I was like, it wasn't really too much to it. Like he ate a hook that
3
was
punches
behind the head by Rosenstruck, but he came through that, and he just kept punching, and he caught him. The first time he clipped him, it was lights out.
It was over. Yeah.
Bruh, that was scary, man. You can't even review that. Like Rosenstruck threw a couple of punches, like he hit him with a kick, and Ngannou started swinging, took his head clean off once he landed.
Yeah, he fell back into the fence, and Ngannou came forward, and he hit him with that second left hook. I was like, oh shit! But the ref was already running over there, and then he nipped him across the head, and by that time the ref had kind of jumped on his back. I was like, wow, I was
Bro, do you know why the ref did that? Because when he punched him in the head, bruh, it was the way his body went and his neck was still stiff.
Wow.
It was the way his body folded back and his head was still, it was kind of, when you're laying down in bed and you've got your head up and you're reading a book? That's the way the dude was falling. He was falling down like he was reading a book. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hilarious and scary at the same time.
Yeah, because it was like part of his body was seasoned.
Any more shots, bro? He could have fucking killed him because
Yeah.
that thing hits hard, bro.
He was having an hour body experience, man.
Yeah, he was asleep against that goddamn fence, bro. He was asleep.
He was watching that fight from above for a minute.
he was like, oh, ref, get in there, stop him from killing me, get in there.
His outer self was flying over the ring.
Yeah, man. It was bad. With he landed like 3 punches, but dude just walked right through him and just cracked him once, and it was over at that moment. I was like, damn. And then when they even showed the replay, they just started the fight over.
Right.
That's how quick it was.
The whole fight. So it was 40 seconds, I think, something like that. So guys, Anthony Pettis, Cowboy Cerrone. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. It was a live fight, but personally, I think both of these guys need to hang the gloves up. No, serious.
It looked like two guys who once knew how to fight having a dust up outside of a bar.
Right. Because both of these, let's not get it twisted. Both of these guys have had phenomenal careers, and both of these guys are phenomenal fighters. They will beat the shit out of the average man quite easily. Trust and believe that.
They'd kill you.
Right. But as far as competing in this sport, I do believe that it's time for Anthony Pettis and Cowboy Cerrone to hang the gloves up. And I'll tell you why I say this. Anthony Showtime Pettis has been on a decline, a roller coaster style decline here for the past few years. He win a gang of fights, he lose a gang of fights. Donald Cerrone has been on a decline, a constant decline here. Okay, he just got wiped out by McGregor, and he had a much better showing in this fight. But my thing with Donald Cerrone is a prime Donald Cerrone versus a prime Anthony Pettis. Donald Cerrone mashes him up, bro. He wouldn't struggle like this. And personally, this is why I think both of these guys need to let it go, bro. Because Cowboy's older, he's on his way out the door. So if Anthony Pettis really has something left in him, he should have put Cowboy away in impressive fashion like Conor did, but he wasn't able to do that. This was a split decision fight, guys. Right? So this was basically a brawl with two guys who pretty much need to quit. It's how I seen that fight.
Yeah, I agree with you. Problem is, it's difficult to tell competitors to quit.
But it's just like, it gets kind of, I'm not going to say, it gets kind of to the point where it's like, man, those guys just need to stop. You know what I mean? And that's what I seen in that fight. I mean, it was entertaining, but at the same time, it's like, it's like watching two drunk uncles get into it at the barbecue and shit.
Yeah, it was. They tried you could see that they put in a lot of effort, but it was kind of slow as well. You know what I mean? Even though they were putting in so much work, you could see that they were down like 2 or 3 steps, both men. Like it was an enjoyable fight to watch. They put in the effort. They tagged each other to fuck up. There were some beautiful kicks. Right. I mean, but all in all, they do need to. They need to hang it up, mate. They do, both of them. They're both done.
I think the nostalgia of the two old names, because again, this is Anthony Showtime Pettis and this is Cowboy Cerrone. You know what I mean? So they're just the feeling of the two old names. They got two old names. And I think it was unanimous. It wasn't split, but it was a close score. I think like all 3 judges had like 29-28 or something like that. It wasn't.
It was close. It was tight. There was like swing rounds galore.
Yeah, I don't think that one was split, but it was unanimous for Pettis. But it was close. Like, it was really close. Cerrone actually came out early with the fire, He came out playing the aggressor, but Pettis was a little faster than Cerrone. He was catching him with good counters, flush kicks. He hit him with a flush kick to the head. And, if anybody is familiar with these two guys, this is their 3rd fight. And the first fight, Anthony Pettis put Cowboy Cerrone away with 2 huge, massive body kicks, bro. I mean, that first body kick, you could feel it. You could feel the motherfucker just watching it. And so I know that those body kicks had to be going through Cowboy's mind, especially at this stage of his career.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see that he was kind of cautious of, because Anthony Pettis was letting his legs go some. So he probably had that in Cowboy's mind, watching out for those body kicks. So it was, like I said, man, these guys both, they put on a good, what should be final show for us. That's how I look at it. Right.
It was enjoyable. It was enjoyable.
All right. G Boogie in the building. He said, D, the Godfather, Jefferson, good cards, Francis Ngannou. That man got God-given power on both hands. He just need to learn how to keep. Yeah, dog. Because
there's other things he needs to learn as well if he's gonna fight Stipe, because that man, he destroyed him when they fought. He destroyed him.
Stipe will just continue to take him down. He's not gonna risk going for blows with Ngannou. And once Stipe gets him down, Stipe's wrestling is second to none but Cormier. I think Cormier was the only heavyweight that Stipe was second to in wrestling.
Mm-hmm. But the thing even with Stipe is he actually has good boxing fundamentals himself.
Oh, yeah, he does.
And he's got good leg kicks. He utilized them quite a lot in that first fight before he went for the single leg takedowns.
Yeah. But he don't want to stand up. I'm going to tell you right now, because Ngannou, since their first fight, Ngannou has learned a lot more. He sprawls a lot better too. But Stipe is still an excellent wrestler. But Ngannou has learned a lot more, and Stipe not going to want to stand up with him. Daniel Cormier is not the striker that Ngannou is, and I don't think that, I know he doesn't possess the raw power that Ngannou has, and he was able to put Stipe away and rock him. If he lets Ngannou clip him, it's a wrap up deal. So that motherfucker gonna take that big bastard down, especially after seeing what he did to Rosenstruck. I guarantee.
He said he was gonna take him down.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'd take him down.
Yeah, right.
He was like, that was scary. He said, well, how would you fare against him? He said, I wouldn't be standing up with him.
He's not stupid, and that's the thing. That's where you still have to favor Stipe, because Ngannou has no ground game. Stipe is just gonna abuse him once he gets him down there, bro. But that's for sure, because he's a great wrestler, But that Ngannou, bro, like Mark said, it wasn't really much to talk about against that fight, because he just demolished that motherfucker really well. Trav FDY in the building said Anthony Love handles Pettis.
Oh God.
Good one, Trav. Good one, dog. Uncle Bernie probably said close that one, but I had Cerrone 3-0. Pettis every round was swing though. Yeah, it was close. It was close. And I don't, like, hell, when the decision came, this was one of those fights where I was like, damn, who won this? Because I didn't really have either of them winning, to tell you the truth, or losing. Like, I was just like, damn, that was a crazy fight. Who won this? I was waiting for the judges to give me the answer on that fight. So if they would have said Cowboy, I would have been like, okay. If they would have said Anthony, I would have been like, okay. Uncle Burn apostrophe, if you had Cerrone, I say okay, because it was just, it was just that type of fight for me. Shiz Biz in the building. What's good? Shiz Biz said, what up, D? What up, Pedal? Yeah. Yeah, Cerrone is Wasi. Wasi says Cerrone is like 0-4 in his last 4 fights. Yep, he is, bro. That's why I say that he probably needs to go ahead and call it quits, and Pettis too, because if he had but so much left, he should have mocked Cowboy up like Conor did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll say this though, with Ngannou, the only thing that we can't talk about is he deserves another title shot. He deserves one.
Oh,
He's destroyed everyone. He's just destroying everybody again.
It's inevitable. And, the problem may be that Stipe is like a Cormier until Stipe came along. Nobody was fucking with him at heavyweight. And Stipe might be that guy where nobody's going to be fucking with him at heavyweight until someone comes along and
has his number.
It's going to be him.
sometimes guys can be dominant all the way through their careers, but someone just has their number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just goes that way.
Right. And that could, and you know, like it's not really a foregone conclusion with Cormier and Stipe. If anything, you can say Cormier was you know, he been through more wars, he's been in this game longer, and he was getting older at the end of his ropes with the whole Stipe. But they're 1-1, both stoppages. So it's not like it's a foregone conclusion with them.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Daniel Cormier, I think he fucks Stipe up.
I do agree. Like Daniel's definitely slowed down a bit, but like Stipe used great use of like the body attack in that second fight. He used a great body attack. He really changed it up. He really changed, and that he was pretty much taking out the core of Cormier, so he couldn't go to the ground. He took his core out.
He found his weakness because Cormier, no one had the opportunity. Not that they didn't test him to the body. No one had the opportunity to test Cormier to the body because let's get something straight. Next to John Jones, no one was fucking with Daniel Cormier. His output was massive, quick. He was quick for his size. His output was massive, and he's strong as an ox. He lifted Big Country up over his head and fucking skyplexed him, bro. He skyplexed him, not WWE where the other man jumps off the ground. Cormier did that shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's difficult to sustain a body attack on Cormier because he's a good all-around fighter.
Right.
Like he can take you down. He's decent. He's decent on his feet. You know,
Right.
so to sit there and sustain a body attack like dude did was impressive. I agree with Mark.
He pays talent with his hands. That shows you his talent with his hands because just the average MMA fighter is not going to be able to do that, bro. And Steve Miocic said that he noticed, even though he lost, he noticed in the first fight when he went to Daniel Cormier's body, he seen him wince. And he said he couldn't understand why he didn't tell himself capitalize off of that in the first fight, but he decided to capitalize off that in the second fight, and it worked out grand for him. Yeah. So, you know, I think Stipe is the man right now. Cormier is the only one who could beat him, but the odds are against Cormier because of his age and his wear and tear. You know, fucking Stipe is not. He doesn't have the wear and tear that Cormier had. The dude is a fireman, and he's currently still a fireman, like a firefighter. So, you know what I mean? As a matter of fact, he's been a firefighter the whole time he's been in the UFC. He never even stopped doing that. You know what I mean? Cormier has been a fighter, a wrestler. That's what he's been doing his whole career. So the wear and tear is there. He's been beat up. He's been slammed around. He's been kicked. He's been punched. And I don't think that he has enough left in the tank because Stipe is at his level. You know, if he's fighting someone who's a little beyond him or beneath him, I mean, or not to his level, maybe he has a chance. But a guy that's at his level, Stipe has too much in his favor for Cormier to beat him in the trilogy, in my opinion.
There is one other person, D, who could genuinely beat Stipe. We mentioned him already. Francis, if he lands properly, he'd take his head off his shoulders.
For sure. In my live last night, Mark, I said Francis Ngannou is like the Wilder of the UFC, but with skills. You know what I'm saying? He is.
I'm not gonna fuck around or anything. I'm not talking technique or anything like that on one shot. But I'll say this about he has more raw power than any heavyweight boxer right now. He does. What I've seen of him, he's just raw power.
Yeah.
He's unbelievably strong.
He is.
Massive. He's massive, man.
Like he's the type of dude who could punch you in the face and make you have a shit.
Nigga, my nuts itch like hardcore.
Oh my god.
That L Dog? That sounds like Austin.
That's not L Dog. What's up, young god?
Oh my bad, bro. I had to itch my nuts real quick. What's cracking?
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro, it's L Dog.
It's not L Dog, it's young god. Come on, bro.
Nigga, who? It's like, yo, what's cracking?
What's up, bro?
Bro, let's talk some real boxing.
No boxing. This is UFC 249, bro. No
Bro,
boxing.
there's not enough black representation in UFC,
Are
in
you
my
crazy?
opinion.
Francis Ngannou just fucking demolished Rosenstruck, which was another black guy. The best black light heavyweight is who? John Jones, even though he's a fuck up outside the ring.
Dog, he's mixed race. They don't count. We're
Yeah.
talking rural Africa, where I'm from.
Oh, wow.
Talking about Senegal. You know, shout out my boys, Nigeria, bro.
Adesanya. He's
Who?
another champion. Bro, you gotta be kidding me with the black thing. Come on, stop.
No, listen. Okay, these guys are all mixed race. We're talking pure black, dog. I'm a black nationalist, actually.
No, Israel Adesanya is pure
Young
black.
God, come on, bro. We're actually trying to have a real conversation, bro.
Yeah, Kamara Usman, another champion, pure black. John Jones, pure black. Dude, you tripping? You tripping?
Jewish
right?
mom.
Oh my god.
Young God, come on, man. We're actually really trying to talk, bro.
I'll let y'all go. I'll let y'all go.
Blue Collar Sports TV in the building. What's good with your fam? Tattoo's bugged out. B Romero, what's up with your fans that they fought before in their prime? Was a rematch. Who is that? Who you talking about, Romero? Fabrizio in the building. What's up, Fabrizio? Shit. All right, guys. So the main card, Mark. I'll let you start it off so I can finish coughing. Tony Ferguson.
Wait, hold on. We had a fight before Tony Ferguson.
Say what?
We had a fight before Tony Ferguson and Gaethje.
Which one?
Dominic Cruz and Henry Cejudo.
Oh, I talked about that, but we can talk about that again.
Oh, you've already talked? Okay.
Yeah, no. Let's go again. I talked about that one, but let me get your thoughts on that.
I didn't agree with the stoppage.
The stoppage.
I didn't agree with the stoppage. I felt as though Cruz was getting up, like he said afterwards. He was trying to get up. He was in control of his senses. It didn't need to be stopped. There was like 3 seconds left on the clock. He was fine. Let it go into the next round. The fight itself was kind of back. It was kind of back and forth. Like Cejudo had more success, but Cruz had momentary success. I don't like Cruz's fucking figure eight style at all. To be honest with you, I've never liked it. It's too herky jerky. It's too much like I'm gonna move around, do nothing for like 5 minutes, and then try and do something.
Hold 1 second, Mark. 1 second. The motherfucking El Jefe is back. What's up with your El Jefe? Charles D in the building. What's up? I just wanted to say that. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, it was just a bit much. And then Cejudo afterwards, like the fight was prematurely stopped, and then he fake retired. Because we all know he's gonna come back in 8-10 months. We all know that. He's gonna do a mini retirement and come back.
Yeah.
What up, though? I had my shit on mute.
Charles D, what's good with you, fam? What you think about that Cejudo, as I call him, Lil Cujo, and Dominic Cruz fight? I know you was watching, money. I know you was watching.
Oh, nigga, I watched all of them. Shit, didn't every fight on the main card end in a goddamn knockout?
Yep.
All of them ended in a knockout. Shit, I predicted the Gaethje thing. I was at the hangout, cat talking cash shit, boy. I put a little bit of bread on that one. I was like, and then when I saw the fight, I'm like, he's fighting the wrong kind of fight, and he was countering the shit out of fucking Ferguson with hard shots.
He was, bro. I thought Ferguson found something when he hit him with that, when he slipped that uppercut in there. And you know what else? I'm surprised that Ferguson did not use his range well at all. Like
he didn't even try to take him to the ground. He tried to beat him on his feet.
Length than Justin Gaethje, and he did not. He gave that all away. He gave it away.
I don't think he whatever the game plan was, he didn't have the right game plan, boy. Because when he left it on the feet to strike, I'm like, damn, this ain't looking good.
Yeah, I think it had a lot to do with Gaethje's timing. Every time Tony tried to get his rhythm going, he just disrupted. And man, did he disrupt him. I
He
never
disrupted
seen
him
it
with
like that.
he was disrupting him with some hard shit. And I'm like, damn, how the fuck is he still standing?
Bro,
I couldn't
what the
believe
hell?
it, man.
Tony Ferguson, one thing about it, bro, and I don't remember who said this. I was on the line with somebody, but me and him, both of us said this. Tony Ferguson does not give up, bro. The ref had to stop that. Even when Justin Gaethje knocked him, Tony backed up, and he was ready to come back and fight some more. Like, dog, you're gonna have to kill that motherfucker literally to stop him.
Yeah,
That's those are fighters that's too brave for their own good.
He's too brave because that motherfucker could barely stand, and he was ready to come back and fight some more. Justin Gaethje didn't even really want to. He could have hurt him. He could have fucked Tony up. He didn't.
He was trying to shake that shot off, and that was an accumulation. So he was really feeling it. He tried to shake it off like, all right,
that
let's
shit
fight.
didn't work.
And it's like, nah, man. He had to do it like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, he was like, damn, this shit's I'm still buzzing. And I'm like, this dude, I never seen Tony.
What's up, Lewis?
I never seen Ferguson get beat up like that. Like that was.
I'm talking about. It looked like he looked like I don't know what that shit was. It looked like to me that he looked. I don't know what the fuck he thought Justin was. I thought, shit, he must have thought Justin was coming to lay down like easy work type shit. Like, like he did. That's the worst I've ever seen Tony Ferguson perform ever.
And it looked like there was a class difference, and I'm like, how is that possible? You know what I mean? It was really, it was disturbing to me watching that fight. I was like,
the only reason I put bread on it is because I was like, he a Dark Knight and the odds were crazy. And I was like, he gonna fuck around and stop Ferguson. Because he ain't gonna.
I was talking about this fight on Johnny Boy's channel. And we were talking about, I picked Ferguson to win. I won't lie. But even on Johnny Boy's channel, I was like, bro, motherfuckers better not underestimate Justin Gaethje because he's a fucking dog, bro, and he got hands. And see,
that's
dude,
why I said Dark Knight.
In MMA, if Chuck Liddell is a prime example. Chuck Liddell had hands, but you know what else Chuck Liddell had? He had a good sprawl, good takedown defense. He was quick on his sprawl and quick on the takedown defense. And what makes a fighter dangerous like that in the UFC is when you change levels and shoot up and try to get that takedown. And if you have a guy that has a good sprawl, when they sprawl back, they can bounce back up, transition, and catch your ass and put you out. So it's dangerous for guys to shoot at guys like that. Justin Gaethje is that guy, like Chuck Liddell was. He has good hands, bro. And so Tony Ferguson, even myself, I was like, man, why didn't he, try to shoot the takedown? You can't just shoot the takedown for a guy like that. If he can't sprawl well, say like a Greg Hardy, like we were just talking about, if he don't sprawl well or do well with takedown defense, then you can take chances and shoot the gap at a guy like that because he's not going to be able to bounce up and hit you, right? But Gaethje can do that.
Ferguson didn't even try to attempt to take that shit to the floor. He stayed on his feet, and I was like, after the second round, I was like, he gonna stop him. Because, I mean, when I say he was hitting them hard counters, I'm talking about you heard them shits.
Overhand rights, straight goddamn rights. He was hitting them with hooks. I mean, bro, he was hitting that motherfucker with everything but the kitchen sink.
Clean.
And I'm talking about clean, not no smothered. No, I'm talking about you heard that shit. Like, the fact that they was in an empty arena, them shits was thudding.
Yeah. I mean, I think that probably did some long-term damage to him because those were all knockout counter shots that he was landing on him, and he was eating them shits. And
he ate 15 minutes worth of that shit.
Yeah, man.
Bro, did you see when Justin Gaethje came over the top with that overhand right and caught Tony Ferguson right in the temple? Tony just kind of stood straight up and wobbled back, and I was like, damn, Justin, jump on him. But Justin didn't even jump on him. I was like, do we know he got him hurt?
Because people are shooting on Ferguson, and that's how you fuck around.
At your elbow or knee.
Yeah, you shoot in on his ass thinking you got him and shit. You gonna run yourself into something. He did it right.
Nah. When he hit Tony Ferguson, listen, my nigga, listen. I was doing live commentary on this shit. When he hit Tony Ferguson with that overhand right on the temple, Tony Ferguson's eyes, they showed it in slow motion after the fight. Tony Ferguson's eyes were fucking gone. And he wobbled back on that one leg. I'm surprised he even kept his balance. And Justin Gaethje jumped on him. Tony Ferguson wouldn't have thrown shit. He would have got knocked out, but Justin Gaethje kind of backed off. Tony was out of it, and I was like, "Jump on him, jump on him!" If you go watch the live that I did, because I did the main fight, that last fight, I did live commentary. If you watch the live, I was like, "Why don't he jump on him? He don't know he got him hurt." Oh, he had him fucking done.
That may be true. That may be true, but I agree with I agree with Charles V. I mean, he knew exactly what opportunities he wasn't going to give Tony Ferguson. And that was one of them.
Don't go shoot man and fuck around and get hit with some shit. I'm
dominating. What's the point of me trying to take a risk like that? And I mean, he was dominating.
Man, that really makes me want to see this fight with Khabib now, but I'm still worried about Khabib's wrestling because he has good takedown defense. Khabib is such a master wrestler, bro. And once he gets you down there, he's strong as a bear, bro. They already
I think Khabib can get you down. I don't care who you are. He's gonna get anybody in his weight class on the floor.
Yeah, but if he gets caught with some of them bombs like fucking he was hitting Ferguson with. Hey man, I don't know if Khabib ain't gonna stand up like Tony.
I don't know if but he's not gonna be standing up like Ferguson was. That's what I mean, though. He's gonna be going. His whole game plan is, even when he's on his feet, is to soften you up to take you down.
Hey, appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you coming on, fam. Mark is he knows a little about UFC, but he admittedly said before that he don't know much about it. So, well, I appreciate you coming on, Mark. IBT, what's up with you, fam? IBT in the building. Wasi said Ferguson's skull is made of vibranium, no cap.
Yeah.
That motherfucker got a goddamn.
I don't know how he made it through there, man.
That's for sure.
And he wants a rematch too, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, he wants to try to redeem himself, and you can't be mad at that. I mean, shit,
I'm not mad at it, but I'm just saying that shit's. I don't know, man. That was whitewash. Yeah.
They said Conor got to see. McNuggets got to see Kuke ASAP. Winner face Khabib.
I don't think Conor looking at any of them three.
Conor looking at a money fight.
Shit, he probably look at Ferguson different after that fight. Like, shit, I got a chance if we stay on our feet because Conor don't like going to the ground.
Yeah. Shizbin said Tony gets hit too much. He got hit too much last night.
That fight, he did.
Got hit with everything.
He has crazy power.
Pot shotted with knockout shots all night.
Exactly. I was about to say pop shot, nigga. He was hitting that motherfucker with some shit. It wasn't nothing. They had some pop to it. You heard every last one of them bitches when they landed. Wow.
More than you, LFA. Just understand that more than you, goddammit. This nigga already. Yup, El Jefe is back. El Kuke lost his chance with Khabib. Khabib will maul Justin. I don't know about mauling him. Khabib better not get hit, but I do think Khabib will get his ass to the ground, and that's when Justin was going to have to show us something, because Khabib is a little fucking Tasmanian devil once he gets you on that ground. He said Tony did try to take it to the floor and he wasn't using his reach advantage well, got counted too much. Yeah, I was saying that earlier before you jumped on IBT, that Tony Ferguson gave his reach. He gave it up, bro. He did not use range or anything. Like, he started off a little bit using the straight body kicks. He was using the legs, trying to keep Justin at bay. It's like, notice something about John Jones. What makes him so dominant is that
long ass reach.
Excellent at keeping the opponent back. He uses arms. He uses the oblique kicks. He uses the inside leg kicks. He uses the side kicks. He's excellent at keeping them off. Tony Ferguson gave all of that up. And he said something earlier. It was like he used Wing Chun to fight boxing. You know what I mean? You can't do that, bro.
Yeah, and the thing about John Jones is when you bum rush him, you got to pay for that real estate, and then he just puts both his hands in front of himself and makes that distance, and then starts all over again. Now you got to pay for all that real estate again. So and hope you don't get clocked with something. And yeah, Tony was, I don't know what he was doing, man, other than getting punched. Every time I looked up, even when I was distracted, I looked up, boom, Tony got clapped. I said, shit.
Yeah, son. Even if I turned away, I knew someone landed because I heard it. I was like, yep, that's Justin.
Yeah, you can hear that shit. Wasi said Justin Gaethje's wrestling is top tier. It really depends on takedown defense. On the feet, I have him fucking Khabib up bad. Yeah, on the feet, Khabib's not fucking with him with those hands, but Justin's wrestling is good, Wasi, but it ain't top tier, bro. Not when you look at the wrestlers in the UFC. His fucking wrestling ain't top tier. Khabib will totally control him. I can guarantee you that on the ground. If he gets like into any kind of position, side control or half mount, that's it. He's going to control Gaethje for the rest of the round. Now, Gaethje may have enough wrestling in him to survive a round, and then, you know, on the next round, he get it back. But it may be one of those fights where Khabib keeps shooting the gap, keep getting them down, and then it's a roll around fight, which a lot of boxing fans don't like that. But it could end up being one of those type of fights. And when it comes strength for strength, fucking kill that shit. None of them motherfuckers.
I don't know, man. I kind of enjoy that ground and pounding.
Khabib will wear you the fuck out, man. And Khabib does a good job at controlling your hands and your fucking legs.
And he's strong as a bear.
He'll have you sideways and just be cracking you too. Boom.
Yes, sir.
Hitting in the solar plexus, face, body, everywhere. Under your arm, anywhere, man.
Yeah, wherever he could touch.
Yep. But I think that, you know, Tony would have had more of a, because see, that's the thing is rhythm don't matter once you're on the ground. All that shit go out the window. So then it's just, you know, it's different. I think styles make fights, and that goes in all combat sports. So I think Khabib would have more trouble with Tony than he would with this fella, because you know, it's just the styles, man. I don't know if he could keep Khabib off him all night.
Who could keep Khabib off? Look. Let me tell you something, 1, 2, 3. A good damn knock will keep a motherfucker thinking. I tell you that right now. And Justin Gaethje, you know, he got enough power to step back. He got enough power to counter. You know, he got enough power to.
He got power.
Step back. He's fast too, man. He can catch. See, that's the thing. Like I said, if he has good takedown defense, so when you escape a takedown from these guys that shooting the gap, they're gonna be exposed. So Khabib get caught in between that. If he gets caught in between Justin getting away from a takedown, that could be a problem. Because, like I said, I don't know. If Khabib, we never seen his chin tested because he always maul dudes. He just wrap them up and maul them away. So we ain't seen his chin tested, but don't expect everybody to be standing up to the shit that fucking Tony Ferguson stood up to. Everybody ain't standing up to that shit.
Now, I'm not saying that, but he also is not going to be fighting like Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson didn't shoot at all. So, I mean, this guy, when he gets his hands on you, 9 times out of 10, you go into the ground until the round is over or until he stops you. So it's difficult to break out of it. I mean, sometimes guys do, but it's rare. You know, so that's all I'm numbers. And I'm not saying the dude ain't got a shot. Anyone could get clipped, but
Justin can fuck him up, bro. I'm
just playing it by the numbers, man.
Like Khabib,
I could be wrong though. You never know.
Conclusion, like Justin Gaethje,
but I doubt it.
He can fuck Khabib up. Nah, dog. He can fuck Khabib up, bro. I'm telling you, he could. I think he could fuck Khabib up. Like, they better not think Khabib's a superhero. He's a master wrestler, but man, this is MMA. There's a lot of shit. Even wrestlers get clipped. You see Matt Hughes. What the fuck? George St. Pierre is a master grappler.
I can't hear anybody. I'm gonna drop off, D.
Okay, all right. Appreciate you, 1, 2, kid. George St. Pierre is a master grappler, and he's got overall skills, but Matt Hughes is a master wrestler. But George St. Pierre dropped him. Pow! Hit him. Pow! Dropped him. So it don't matter you a master wrestler like Khabib. You can get your goddamn bell rung. Once you get your bell rung, you know what I mean? Yes, sir. Said Khabib already exposed McGregor. Yeah, he beat the shit out of McGregor, but don't ever count McGregor out, man. He can.
I will count him out after the third round, nigga. He gas. If he in there with somebody that got some pressure, after the third round, if you can get through that first two round wave, your chances increase.
Unbiased said Khabib will strangle Justin if Justin let him get a hold of him. Unbiased without rocking his ass lullaby.
Yeah, but Khabib got a chin too, though.
From LA in the building. What's good with you? What's good with your unbiased boxing talk?
Khabib got a chin on him too, man.
Yeah, he got a chin.
He can take a shot.
He could take a shot. He could take a shot. I'm not saying he got a glass chin or not. He been hit before, but you know, like he ain't been hit like Ferguson was getting hit last night.
Hell no, man. That shit was man. Listen,
he ain't been hit like that.
And it wasn't one or two, motherfucker. He was getting hit all night.
El Jefe, what makes you think McGregor will stop Khabib in the rematch?
Oh man, you really entertaining that shit?
McGregor ain't fighting Khabib.
At what point did?
Yeah, it is. It is. That's the best ground game. El Jefe, back trolling again, dog. Back to business as usual, huh, El Jefe?
Yeah, man. You disappear, come back, think you changed, you right back at it.
Ferguson did the stutter step. Then after that, he did the backwards moonwalk.
Oh man. Not at one time he tried to take that shit to the floor, and I'm like, yo, he getting his ass whooped. Change it up. Not once did he even try that shit.
Ngannou versus Lewis too. Man, cut it out.
Yo, Ngannou look good too, man.
It's nothing but Ngannou versus Stipe. That's the fuck Lewis, bro.
Looked like he lost weight too.
Ngannou versus Stipe. Derek Lewis, I like Derek Lewis, but El Jefe, man, this nigga. Boy, you ain't took a long enough break, have you, El Jefe? Have you?
Oh God.
What's going on, man? You guys hear me?
Yeah, I like big Derek Lewis, man, but Derek Lewis not beating Ngannou, man.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you, bro. I've been watching MMA for years, bro, and I'm telling you, this dude Ngannou, what's his name?
You've been watching it for years, and you gonna ask his name.
Right. Francis Ngannou.
I'm telling you, bro, this dude, like, I don't know, you guys saw him, he was going in wild, he got clipped. I think if he does that with Derek Lewis in the rematch, bro, Derek Lewis will put him asleep, man. Like, Derek Lewis is a beast, bro.
What happened? What happened in the first fight? El Jefe.
Yeah, where the birds went away.
El Jefe.
It went from birds. It went from birds to crickets.
Hey, say El Jefe.
Hold on,
what
bro.
happened in the first fight, bro?
The Derek Lewis, bro. I'm telling you, it's Ngannou. He was scared to trade with Derek Lewis, man, because he knows what he's gonna get, bro.
Right.
But I'm telling you, Derek Lewis got the skills, bro.
Right.
He got the footwork. He got the wrestling skills. And he's a brawler, bro, by nature.
All right. That's what's up, Charles.
I'll be right back.
Okay. That's what's up. So, El Jefe, I'm just curious, though. What happened in the first fight?
Bro, Ngannou was scared of the exchange, bro. That's what happened.
Okay. Well, what was the outcome of the first fight?
No, but that's not what matters. I'm talking about the rematch. I think the rematch will be different because I think Derek Lewis.
Hold up. So you took a break for some weeks just to come back and not answer questions again.
Nah, bro, it's not about that. It's about I'm giving you my opinion, bro.
Okay,
the first fight, you know what happened in the first fight. Ngannou won, but that's not the situation, bro. What I'm speaking of is about Derek Lewis and how he's getting better each fight, bro.
Yeah. So what is Ngannou?
And what's a hate for Derek Lewis? Like, I don't understand the other.
No hate. It's no hate. It's just I don't think Derek Lewis beats Ngannou. And why would Ngannou entertain a fight, a rematch with Derek Lewis when he beat him? You want to avenge what you lost, not what you won. You want to avenge your loss to a guy. So Derek Lewis, it benefits him because he was beaten by Ngannou, correct? Ngannou wasn't beaten by him. He was the victor. So why not go to the guy who beat you? And guess what else he has? Guess what else this guy has? He has the title. See, that's what's more important for Ngannou. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So Derek Lewis too, stop that, bro. Like, who cares about Derek Lewis too and he beat him when he could go fight Stipe?
Yeah, but you know where Derek Lewis is from, right?
I don't give a shit. That what the fuck does that have to do with what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying.
What I'm saying. I don't care where you're from, bro.
Like, Texas is on top of the game when it comes to just combat sports. It's crazy. If you really think about it, bro.
Well,
it's just a quick fact I wanted to give out. Go ahead.
Okay, well, nice fact. I appreciate the fact. So where you been? What you been doing, El Jefe?
Man, I'm out here hustling, bro. I had to take a couple weeks off, man. Texas reopened for business with this coronavirus. So, you know, I'm out here active, bro, in the streets, man.
Oh, my gosh, man. Well, you be safe, man. Don't go out there getting yourself knocked, dog. You know, I want to hear you talking on the chat. Don't be out there doing nothing and get locked up, bro.
Nah, bro, not that. Not street. I'm saying streets. Like, the streets are open, bro. So.
Well, I'm saying,
and the job I do,
you in the streets, nigga. It sound like you doing something.
Oh
illegal.
no, not that. I'm saying streets, like business is back to open, bro.
Oh, okay, all right, I got you.
Yeah,
so what do you watched the fights last night, didn't you, El Jefe?
Yeah, I watched the fights. I watched from the Ngannou fight up to the main event, which was 3 fights.
Oh wow, I watched Ryan Spann and Sam Alvey all the way to Justin Gaethje and Tony Ferguson. That's the prelim fights. You probably don't know nothing about that, Sam Alvey and Ryan Spann, or you don't know nothing about those people. See, you know the big names.
No. MMA, I don't know as much as boxing.
Rosa and Brian and Mitchell, you don't know nothing about them. Vincent
No. Like, let me tell you. When it comes to boxing, I know more about boxing. So MMA, I'm just a fan of MMA. I just watch
Calvin Kattar, Jeremy Stevens.
No, but it's not about that. It's not a competition, bro.
I'm just asking you, do you know about those guys?
It's a cooperation, bro.
Right, okay. So you don't know about it.
No, but I know the art of MMA. I know the skills, what it takes.
I got you.
And I'm telling you, I think McGregor's gonna beat Khabib in the rematch. McGregor wasn't ready, bro. He was coming off $100 million fight with Mayweather, so his head wasn't in it, bro.
Right.
Plus, he was going through alcohol problems, so he was drinking while he was in camp. He was getting fat, overweight. He wasn't taking his camp as serious, and McGregor has said it, bro. So I think in this rematch, I think it's gonna be more personal for McGregor, as it was for Khabib in the first fight, bro.
Okay, so inside the ring, and as far as how they fight and what they do, break it down how he wins.
I think this time, I think McGregor's gonna outbox him, bro. I think it's gonna be more of a standout type of fight, more striking type of fight. I think McGregor's gonna avoid the takedowns. He's gonna be prepared for that. And this time, you know, Khabib in the first fight, he kind of stood up a little bit. You know, he had to prove a point. But this time, I think McGregor's going to be ready. I think he's going to spark him out, bro. I think he's going to knock him out.
All right.
I think McGregor's skills, his experience, this time he's going to be 100% dedicated. He saw how he did Cowboy. That's how he's going to do Khabib, but in a more competitive way, man.
Right. And so the whole time that McGregor's doing all of that, Khabib is just going to play right into his hands, is what you're telling us as well, right?
It's all about the style of the matchup.
Man, I think is a motherfucker. Listen.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Did you see the first fight? Did you see? Be honest.
Bro, because McGregor was going through alcohol and he was doing a lot of coke and he was partying, bro. Like, he had just made $100 million, bro. Like, think about that, man. He wasn't 100% ready.
Okay, so when it comes to wrestling, who wins?
Oh, that's Khabib all day. That's his game.
So it's safe to say that all Khabib has to do is get Conor down, correct?
bro. But it's not about that. It's about what McGregor's gonna do. His game, his
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
style,
whoa, whoa, whoa!
the aura to his
I know
game,
what you
bro.
say. I got your opinion. I'm getting ready to give you mine. But again, so it's safe to say that all Khabib has to do is get McGregor down, correct?
Yes, that's what the casual mind
Check it
thinks,
out.
but it's
No,
not
no, no.
about that, bro.
Hold on. Let me break it
Go
down.
ahead.
Let me break it down for you now, young fella. So, Khabib has enough hands and enough of a beard to change levels, shoot, and get McGregor down. Each and every round, he has enough to do that. He's also much stronger than McGregor. Here's another important fact, El Jefe. There is no one that Khabib has faced at that weight thus far in the UFC that he hasn't gotten down once he has attempted to get them down. No one. And you agree that all he has to do is get them down. So since he's basically 100% at getting them down, how the fuck does McGregor win?
Bro, McGregor got to use his footwork, which he's been using a lot. His footwork, his movement, and plus his jiu-jitsu game is getting up there, bro. It's like this dude's getting better with experience. You got to take in consideration the experience. Plus, this time he's gonna be 100% well prepared. The first time he was only 50%, bro. Like you're downplaying McGregor. I don't know, man. A lot of people think just because McGregor's flashy, talks that he ain't good, bro. But McGregor's real good, man.
Peace, John Cable. Appreciate you, fam. Yeah,
that's what casuals don't understand.
Yeah, boy, glad to have you back, Hefe. Tell you that, man. Wasi said, yeah, never mind. I don't see McGregor defending all the takedowns successfully. Khabib is too intelligent at what he does. Yeah, Hefe living in a dream world, man. Khabib beats McGregor. You know, McGregor just doesn't have the takedown defense. Now, McGregor and Justin Gaethje. Let me say this about the McGregor situation, El Jefe. McGregor, like Justin Gaethje, has something that could put Khabib away. So I will give El Jefe that. And I give McGregor the same chance as I give Justin Gaethje at putting Khabib away. My thing is if he gets a hold of them and get them down, it's a difference. Now, with Justin Gaethje, he has more of an arsenal on the ground to survive an entire round without being pummeled or stopped, because Khabib also can't risk Justin Gaethje getting back to his feet. Whereas McGregor doesn't have that wrestling background where he's going to present Khabib as much problem as a Justin Gaethje. So, Turn Nicholas, what's up? What's up with you? So go ahead. What you got? What you say, El Jefe?
Nah, bro. I'm just Gaethje is good. Like he surprised me, bro. But a lot of people are sleeping on Kukui, bro. I think Dana White did him dirty, man.
Oh,
I think they kept on extending that Khabib fight. They never gave him the McGregor fight. Like this dude was done almost like Nate Diaz, bro. It's almost like Dana White, bro. I don't know, bro. He hates him for some reason. It has to be something, bro. Because it's crazy how he was waiting so long for that title fight, bro, just to get beaten down like he did, bro. That shit was like, it was almost sad watching the dude go down like that, man.
Prime fighting champions. Khabib smashes McGregor. Khabib's confidence is too high, being undefeated with high IQ. You hear that, Jefe? That goes out to you. That's from Prime Fighting Champions. YC says McGregor's takedown defense is good enough, but his strength after getting mounted in subpar, Khabib will get on top and beat the shit out of him. You hear that, El Jefe? Beat the shit out of him. So
now, those are just McGregor haters, bro. I don't look into that. Like McGregor's up there, bro. He's a GOAT. He's one of the top 10 of all time. That's facts.
What you got your what the fuck are you, bird watching or something?
Nah, bro, I'm in the hood right now, man. There's chickens everywhere, bro.
The pet shop, nigga. Fuck out of here. Just spoke in the building. Said, "What's good, D Jeff?" And the whole chat just passing by, smashing that like button. Say Happy Mother's Day to all mamas in the world. Appreciate your chin smoke. Singing Bird Promotions. Yeah, I know, man. Singing El Jefe. He back with the birds, with the foolery.
I'm in nature, bro. I'm in nature right now, bro. It's all about getting in touch with nature, with this coronavirus situation, bro. But I'll leave that for another stream, bro. We gotta do a collab on that, D Jefferson. Talking about nature, bro, and
A
how nature
collab.
helps the body and the mind, bro.
A collab. What's up with your channel?
Oh, the Jefe Experience coming back, bro. This is a new channel.
Oh, okay. El Jefe Express. Well, yeah.
No, experience.
Oh, experience. Okay.
I'm gonna take you through the life and the mind of El Jefe, man.
Y'all had to. You trying to catch up with Wood? How many channels he had? I think McGregor focused on his weakness instead of his strengths when approaching the Khabib fight. Yeah. One thing about it. Great comment, Nicholas. Look, one thing about it is this. I won't underestimate McGregor's IQ. He's smart, bro. Wafi, I want to put this one out to you because I think you said something about Khabib's IQ. McGregor is really smart, and he's also smart in understanding the adjustments he has to make. And he showed that with the adjustments and the way he adapted with Nick Diaz. Because Nick Diaz, let's not forget, was the bigger, stronger man and had the better ground skills. Nick Diaz's grappling skills is second to none. And, you know, a dangerous grappler is just as determined and hard to deal with as a dangerous wrestler. So Conor McGregor did show that he was able to adapt to that. So we have to keep that shit in mind, bro. McGregor's smart. Great comment, Nick. Washi said, wow, I'm a big fan of McGregor's skillet, but we already see how his styles match up. The knockdown by Khabib was a fluke. I don't think, like, people put too much into that, like Khabib knocked him down. Now, fuck all that. McGregor's hands is better than Khabib. He was a little flustered. He was winded. The motherfucker ain't fought in ages, you know, so his timing was gone, all of that. So I'm not counting that. Like, when it comes to hands, there's not too many guys that's on the level of McGregor when it comes to striking. He's like one of the top 3 or 4 guys in UFC when it comes to striking. So we're not going to start all that about Khabib striking. He got a good shot in there, and that happens to any of these guys. Like, any of them could get a good shot in there. That's what happened with that. As soon as dude finds out that Khabib's head trainer is Mexican, Javier Mendez, he'll be a Khabib fan. Talking about you, American Kickboxing Academy, home of the champ.
Nah, bro, I've always been I like McGregor. I like
good
McGregor.
one, Radcliffe. Hold up. Good one, Radcliffe. Radcliffe know your ass already, motherfucker. That's right, Javier Mendez. That's his trainer. You want to root for him now, fucker?
Nah, bro, it's not about that. It's about McGregor,
man. Redcliffe got your ass. If it's Mexican or if it's Texas, nigga, you rooting for it. Cut it out. Don't get mad. You done took a break, but people still know you, El Jefe. Redcliffe pulled your card, nigga. Oh boy, that's good stuff. Good stuff, Redcliffe. But go ahead, El Jefe. It's not about that. What is it about? Preach to us, my friend.
No, it's not a competition, bro. It's a cooperation, and we're trying to cooperate with this combat sport situation, bro. That's why there's a new El Jefe, bro. I'm not trying to compete. I'm still gonna try to debate, but I'm gonna minimize them. I'm the A side. I'm gonna pick and choose my opponents, and it's more of a cooperation on this boxing and UFC community, bro. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Nicholas, you know, I think with Henry Cujo and Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, I think that it's one of those situations where Cujo, I mean, you know, and I'm talking about Cejudo, just so that you know. But I think it's one of those things where Cujo got Mighty Mouse's number, bro. I think Henry Cejudo got his number. I wouldn't necessarily say he's better because both of those guys are phenomenal fighters. Well, I just think he has Demetrius Johnson's number. Because if you look at their opponents, like who they faced, and like both of these guys could beat all of the other guys' opponents. That's for sure. In the trilogy, like it could be like one of those Marquez Pacquiao situations where maybe Demetrius Johnson could pull one out, but Cejudo would come out the better man in that one-on-one competition, and he would end up winning more. You know, like Pacquiao won more versus Marquez, or Pacquiao won more versus Bradley. It would be like that. I just think he has his number. Shane Mosley, Vernon Forrest, just has his number. Not to say that he's better, but you know, he could win the trilogy. I'm not, you know, I wouldn't count him out, but I would definitely lean toward Cejudo because he was the only one who I've seen getting there was able to control Demetrius Johnson at any level the way he did.
How do you think he would do at 145?
Who?
Cejudo.
It's too small, bro.
But don't you think just to see him compete, just to try to go for that third division?
No. This is not boxing. No, El Jefe.
No, but that's greatness, bro. Like if he does that, bro, at least even beats competitive. I think I'll put him in the all-time greats.
No, he is a 2-division champion now, and he's from the lower class, El Jefe. You don't move up like, no, this is not boxing, bro. It does. He's already proven greatness. You know how many people has held multiple belts like that?
But he would be up there like with Pacquiao and shit, man.
That's already greatness. Holding multiple belts like that in 2 weight classes at one time. That's already greatness right there. That's like somebody getting 4-belt undisputed in boxing. That's a feat like that in the UFC because they only have 1 belt. So when you hold 2 of those 1 belts in 2 different divisions, that's like getting 4-belt undisputed in boxing. So he's already achieved greatness. He doesn't have to go to fucking 140. Are you kidding me? It's too big. He's too small for that. Cut that out. You're just trying to see him lose and get hurt. He's retired,
bro. I'm actually a fan, bro.
Can't get hurt, bro. He's retired.
Well, let me say this, man. I appreciate you for having me on. These little 10 minutes I was on here, bro. El Jefe is back.
El Jefe is back.
He's been resurrected, bro. I've been resurrected, man. The channel's coming out very soon.
Put the link
and it's gonna be in a more professional way. I'm gonna have my co-host, and it's gonna be.
I hope your co-host.
It's gonna be more professionally, bro. That's what I'm gonna do it this time.
Yeah, okay.
Just this time, no more snitching, bro. We don't want no more snitches on the channel. So we'll just say that.
Well, don't let them on, motherfucker. Ain't nobody tell you to let H-Money on that channel. That was your fault.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one. The chat. I'll probably be in the chat for a little bit. And D, have a good one too, bro. I'm out.
All right, El Jefe. Yeah, Cejudo. That's what I said earlier. I know it's Cejudo. I call him Cujo. See, I explained that before you came in, IBT. Because of the movie, when I first seen him, I said, that little motherfucker Cujo, he like a little Cujo, the movie, the mean dog with the fucking rabies that was killing everyone. So I always called him Henry Cujo. I explained that. But yeah, I know it's Cejudo. But anyway, all right. Yeah, moving on. El Jefe is the A side and choose opponents. He's going to be the Texas Mayweather. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Demetrius Johnson KO him in the first round. No. He didn't KO him. What do you mean? Yeah, but he beat him though, and he didn't KO him. I think you are. You said knocked him down. Yeah, but you said knocked out. No. Black and Brown Boxer said the clown show is back. Hey man, El Jefe, man. Welcome back, El Jefe. Yeah, El Jefe is back, bro. He's back. RBT said, "Oh, I get it, D. Oh, yeah. No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I've been calling them that for a long time, bro. But I had said something about it, IBT, because someone else, I've been catching heat about everybody been correcting me, and I'm like, bro, I know it's Henry Cejudo, but I've been calling them Cujo, Lil Cujo, but whatever, man. I guess the name was too close to his real name, so it's easy to misinterpret. Whatever. Shizbit says Jeremy got opened up real bad. Yeah, bro, that fucking elbow, man. Man, he was leaking. And you know who else was leaking? It was that fight, Nico Price. Did you guys? I know you seen that fight. If you watched the whole card, it was Vincent Luke and Nico Price. He got caught with an elbow too. That one actually was a TKO stoppage, but it got stoppage because his shit got opened up. Luke jumped on the ground, hit him with the elbow, bing, split him open, man. It was crazy. It was a lot of blood. It was some good technical fights last night. The ladies' fights, Carla Esparza and that girl Waterson, she kind of like that fight. If any fight that we could say was probably had the least appeal was that fight, that Esparza fight, that Esparza Waterson fight, because she basically she just tried to keep Esparza back with like kicks and stuff, and she was kind of, using movement to stay away, try to kick and keep her back, and Esparza kept finding a way to get inside and, rough her up, get a couple of hits, get the takedowns, and so that kind of was a lackluster fight, because usually, like, we watch these ladies, they let their hands go, like boom, 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 they're exchanging. But and then of course for boxing fans, any of the guys that were rolling around. But to me, it was great because it was technical, and I knew what was going on. It's just as technical as watching two boxers feint each other, and so I like it. But the worst fight to me really was that Esparza fight. So if you guys, anybody that watched the card, I don't know, people probably went and got popcorn or something on that fight, because it was lackluster. It wasn't really all of that. Black and Brown Boxer said only Hefe could make Virgil Ortiz look bad. Nicholas said, my bad, TKO him in the first fight. Yeah. I didn't think Cruz stoppage was premature, like some 13 unanswered protected strike. Yeah, here's the thing. I only say that time played a factor in it. Now, I spoke on this earlier. IBT, why don't you jump on and come talk about that, bro? But I spoke on this earlier, and here's the thing with that. Like, at some levels here, we got to respect the referee's integrity on some of those things. You know what I mean? I can't right now, Black and Brown. My daughter's into her shit, so I ain't even shit, That God of War, that game's sweet too, though. But yeah, she be on that God of War. But anyway, IBT said, yeah, these referees, guys, like, they know what's going on in the ring, and he was consulting with the doctor, and they consult with the doctors and such, and the corners, and they've seen things happen before. They've seen guys severely hurt before. So when they pounce on certain situations, and they determine that this fight needs to be stopped, we can't really always question that, because we're not these physicians. And again, they've seen more. They've seen that one extra punch really damage a guy. They've seen that one extra punch. They've seen guys defenseless too many times to know that they need to stop a fight. And even though 3 seconds seem premature to me, and I'll explain why I say that, 3 seconds could save someone's life or save their brain from being, dysfunctional for the rest of their and after their fighting career. So we can't really challenge these referees' integrity, but so much. And I agree with IBT here where he was like, 13 unanswered strikes. My problem is that when some of these guys are getting pummeled, you can tell when they pretty much lose consciousness, when they're out of it, when they're not fighting. But Cruz was dipping his head and he was pivoting left because he was trying to buy time. And with it being 3 seconds on the clock, like the ref and Cruz realized the time before he got dropped, bro. So the ref knew that the ref was waiting to jump in for the bell, bro. So he was waiting for the time. And what I'm saying with that and the fact that Cruz was pivoting to the left, he wasn't eating those shots, all of those shots flush. They were unanswered, but he was turning his head and he was pivoting. He was rolling some of those shots down on the ground, bro. And 3 seconds, you let the man get up, come back. When Cruz got up, when the ref called the fight, Cruz got right up and started complaining. He wasn't incoherent or anything. And I mean, if the ref notices that it's time to stop a fight, then he should notice, like, bro, I'm just a fan. He should have noticed that. Like, I noticed that stuff immediately. I was like, oh man, are you kidding me? He stopped it? Like, because I'm just a fan, but I noticed immediately what Cruz was doing. He was down there, he was pivoting to the left, and he was turning his head and evading some of those shots, just stalling for the time. He could have easily tucked, rolled over, covered his ears. There was a lot of things as a fighter he could have done. You know what I mean? But he didn't do any of that. He was just pivoting to the left. It was like 3 seconds left. He knew it. Yeah. And I guess he figured that the ref knew it as well. And the bell would ring. He would get up, go to his corner, and come back and fight another round. But it didn't go down that way,
Yeah, the main issue I had and the reason I thought it was a fine stoppage was I didn't really see the punches were all it was the right knee. And then once he was on the floor, he was on his butt. And he was basically, that's where you're able to have some sort of defense or go under their guard. So you can kind of stall for a little bit, like you're saying, and recover. But he got hit faster than he could defend himself. And then he was on his back. And from his back, he went on his belly. And then from his belly, Cejudo started letting out those left hooks to the face, basically. And as he was getting up, he was just turning his head and pushing off the floor. But I didn't really see any, people were saying he was about to get up, but you can't just get punched in the face repeatedly and just get up through it. You know what I mean? Like, he would have tried to get up, but Cejudo's on top of him, and he's a wrestler too. So I can get why Cruz would have some complaints about the stoppage, but I personally thought it was fine. And I think, if you're going to be, dependent on the ref thinking that you're okay, you need to be a little more convincing than both hands on the floor. Like, both of his hands were on the floor. His head was turned and he was just taking punches, essentially. Like, do you need to wait to the moment where you're beat up and bloodied for it to be stopped? He didn't look like he was responding to the punches, whether or not he was conscious. It was just, at that point, it was just unwarranted damage, I felt.
Yeah, I mean, it was, but it was 3 seconds. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Bling! That's my thing, bro. And, with what it was on the line, bro, this is the first fight coming back. Again, I'm with you. And I don't agree with the fans that say he was about to get up. No. He wasn't pushing to get up. That's what I say. He was pivoting, like he was moving to the left so that Cejudo had to move around him to keep punching him, to keep landing those punches. So he was pivoting left. That's what he was doing. He wasn't attempting to get up because it wasn't enough time for him to try to do all that. He didn't need to do all of that. All he needed to do was reach the bell. And if you watch him, again, guys, listen, I understand the danger factor. But when guys, look what happened with Ngannou and Rosenstruck. When that fucking referee jumped in there, Rosenstruck was slumped on the fucking fence, bro. That needed to be done. You know what I mean? And it could have been done before that last punch on the top of his head. My thing is, that's when you know, guys, but Dominic Cruz jumped right up. And he started complaining like, whoa, what are you doing? Like, basically, like, motherfucker, it was like 3 seconds. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's not the response of a dude who was out of it, bro. And he was literally using his hand and like a dog, bro, pivoting to the left so that he could, roll and get away from some of those punches just for the bell could ring. That's why he kept turning his head, because he was letting him strike the back of his head. You know what I mean? Or the side of his head. He didn't want him to get that temple shot or that chin shot. And as he was doing that, he was turning at the same time. I've seen a lot of fighters do this, and either slide back and slide out, which he couldn't do that at the time because Cujo had control of him. He had his knee behind his butt, so he couldn't slide back. You understand what I'm saying? But even still, man, again, I don't challenge the integrity of the ref. 3 seconds could have saved that man's life. So, it was a stoppage. Will I say it's a good stoppage? I don't think it was a good stoppage. I'm not going to complain and say it was a premature or bad stoppage, because any stoppage that saved this fighter's life, I think he could have gave him the 3 seconds. I will say that, though. I think he could have gave him the 3 seconds. And the ref knew the time, because he was already itching to jump in there to stop the fight for when the bell rung. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at the clip again, and I see what you're saying, and I remember, I agree with you. I don't think it was like a bad stoppage or a necessarily great stoppage.
Right.
I'm not gonna die on the hill defending the stoppage, But it just seemed like Cejudo had back control, and when stoppages occur, I don't really care about the time normally, because the safety of the fighter is
behind his butt there. I'm not watching it, but you see how he has like his knee behind his butt, that back leg behind there. So
he basically mounted on him, and he's controlling his right arm, and he's unleashing his left arm.
Right. So that keeps him from sneaking back out. So the only thing at that point that Dominic Cruz was able to do was pivot to his left there and kind of dip his head and get away from those punches. But that was just to stall for the end of those rounds. I mean, to the end of the round, boom, the bell ring, he jumps up, they go back at it the next round. But the ref decided 3 seconds would have been too long. So there you go.
Yeah. I think it's just I think he wasn't really thinking about the time. The main part that looks bad is once he gets countered with the knee, he drops back bad, and then Cejudo comes in with the left hand, and that puts him. He doesn't have his legs up in the air. Yeah, after that strike, he doesn't have his legs in the air, hands ready to defend. He's kind of his back facing Cejudo, so it's just not a very good look. And it makes sense why, from his perspective, you'd stop it. And I'm sure they can hear the strikes more clearly, especially to the audience, So it just sound bad, yeah.
And we can see that was a flush knee. Like that's
that was a bad right knee, right to the face. It staggered him really bad.
Yeah. So it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm not complaining too much about the ref doing what he needed to do. Cruz will fight another day, or he'll retire as well. I don't know, but all is well. I think that one thing that I did say, and where I don't really hold too much against the ref, is because think about if it was 20 more seconds or 30 more seconds left in that fight, then Cruz was getting stopped. At that point, I would say that Cruz was going to get stopped, right? So we can't really hold too much to the ref just because it was only like 3 seconds left. So, my only complaint is that he realized and recognized the fucking clock. And when you do that, then, bro, if you're going to go that far to recognize the clock, then you should just let this shit go out. 3 seconds, let it ding, let the bell ring, and jump in there. Why jump in there 3 seconds early and you get ready to jump in there just to stop the fight? You costing this man the fight. When you know clearly, like, he can go get, okay, let him take 2 more shots. Goddamn, they wasn't coming that fast. Fucking Cejudo was fucking launching back. So let him take a couple of more shots, then jump in there, bing, fight over. I mean, round over, and let the
Yeah,
man.
you can also stop it in the corner, right? But it's mostly the time thing I can get. But I agree with you. If the fight had a minute or 30 seconds left on the timer, I don't really see Cruz getting out of there, not bloodied at the very least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I unfortunately didn't get to see the entire card from beginning to end. I wanted to catch the Michelle Watterson fight, but apparently she lost, right?
I was just talking about that one, bro. Watterson and Esparza. It was
Yeah.
that was actually to me the weakest fight on the card. I watched the
Was it good?
whole thing, bro. I watched the prelim from Ryan Spann versus Sam Alvey all the way to Justin Gaethje and Tony Ferguson. I watched all of them, but the Esparza fight and Watterson was, like Watterson did what she was supposed to do. She just didn't really land anything effective on Esparza. She kept her back with the kicks. She used her range. She kept her back. She fought like I thought she was going to fight because I know she couldn't let Esparza get up in there on her. So she did what she was supposed to do. It didn't look good at all because she kept allowing Esparza for these brief seconds to get in, take ground control, and win those rounds. And that's basically how she lost the fight. Had she landed something significant or maybe use a little more output, which would have made the fight a little more exciting, then Esparza wouldn't have snuck in those rounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically how that fight went. So it wasn't really pretty. It was, like I said, I picked that as probably one of the most lackluster fights of the night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just I was planning on watching that since I don't really like I'll admit I'm a casual fan of the UFC, right? I'm not as deep into it as I am to boxing, but I'll still tune in and at least try to watch the big fights and the cards of those fights. So I'm familiar with some of these names. I started watching from the Stevens fight when he got stopped all the way to the main event. But yeah, man, that counter like right elbow, and then he elbows him with his left when he's on the floor for like ground and pound. He just cut his face wide open. That was like bloody and brutal.
Wide open. Yeah. Boxing finesse and black and brown boxing, man. Y'all gotta go at it. My daughter on the damn the God of War shit, bro. So when she on that thing, she on that thing for hours, just like I'm on the 2K. So I can't mess with y'all right now. I don't kick the kids off the game. That would be kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Like we all stuck in the house. I can't be kicking the kids off the game. Let them play the game, But I get at y'all. I gotta get you black and brown. I gotta get you back anyway. That motherfucker beat me twice. I don't like losing all the time to one person. No, but anyway, man, nice discussion, man. I just wanted we at the 2-hour mark. I just wanted to kind of wrap up UFC 249. I went over all the important fights. Let me see. Let me touch on the ones that I didn't show pictures of and stop, which was Bryce Mitchell. Oh, yeah, Bryce Mitchell and Charles Rosa, unanimous decision fight. It was kind of a one-sided fight. I don't think too many people knew of those guys. And I spoke briefly of Vincent Luke and Nico Price. That was a TKO fight, but it wasn't because the guy knocked him out. It was a cut. The ref decided to stop the fight. And Tangible and I just spoke about Esparza and Watterson. The other fight that I didn't really speak much about was Aleksei Oleinik. And Fabrizio Verdum, he's actually an ex-heavyweight champion. And so it's a good name for Aleksei Oleinik as he's on a 3-fight win streak. He won by a split decision. Pretty good fight. Really close fight, 28-29. I think the judges had those scores. And then the last fight I didn't talk about, just to let y'all know the results, was Calvin Kattar and Jeremy Stephens, which we touched on it briefly, but Kattar knocked Stephens out in the second round. So that's pretty much it, guys, of what I didn't cover. But all the fights, Hardy and Ngannou and those guys, we covered that pretty much. Intangible boxing. Appreciate you coming on and joining me, fam. Give me some closing thoughts.
Yeah, you're talking. I'm an IBT man.
Oh, IBT, goddamn, bro.
Yeah, man. I've just been tuning in for a bit, and I just got on the panel for the last minute. But good stream, man. And you know, keep doing you, D. Do good stuff.
All right, I appreciate you, bro. You know you're always welcome. And so, guys, my closing thoughts is, you know, congratulations to Dana White and the UFC. I'm really happy that he got this thing to work. And I think that slowly but surely it's going to bring certain sports back to us. T-Tone Toledo in the building. You coming in at the end. What up, D? Damn, missed the show. That's all right, bro. It's all good. No. My daughter is on the game, bro, playing God of War, so I can't get on right now. But shout out to Dana White. Congratulations to him for getting this event to go through. Congratulations to all of the fighters that participated. You know, I'm pretty sure that those guys are stoked that they were able to compete in the sport they love. If you think about a lot of these boxers and mixed martial arts fighters, they need to get in the fucking ring and let go of some of that tension for real. You know, so I know that these fighters were glad that they were able to actually participate in an event. And surprisingly, guys, the non-crowd atmosphere did not bother me as a fan as much. It didn't affect me as a fan as much as even I thought it would. I didn't think that it would affect me that much, but I'm telling you guys, after like 30, 40 seconds into the first fight, I didn't even really think about it too much more throughout the card because I had sports back to me again and I was into the fight. You know, I had watched just some pure all grappling matches before, and they don't have a lot of fans in the crowd cheering and yelling. Just grappling matches is just guys. And I sat there and watched those things before. So it kind of had the feel of that, but I was still intrigued and excited by the fight. So I think that this non-crowd atmosphere could work out. When things change, you know, in life, sometimes it takes getting used to. But I think that this is something that I could possibly get used to as long as I'm getting combat sports. So shout out to Dana White. Hopefully this filters over to the other combat sports. And I appreciate all you guys coming out, everybody joining me on the panel. And y'all know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.